Before we dive deeper into the topic, let's take a step back. December 12, 2023 was the day Jungkook, along with Jimin, officially began their mandatory military service in South Korea. Military service, short for mandatory military service, is no trivial matter in Korea. It's not just a routine, but a genuine form of service to the nation. Every physically and mentally healthy South Korean man, especially those aged 18 to 28, is required to undergo military training. And even though Jungkook is a global superstar, this rule still applies. He is no exception. But that's precisely where his nobility lies. Many artists or public figures might try to postpone or find loopholes. But Jungkook? He chose to go voluntarily, quietly, without much fanfare, without showing off. In his silence, he demonstrated maturity. A young idol who has experienced the global stage since his teens still prioritizes his national duty. Respect. And now, after nearly 18 months of anticipation and deep longing from fans, Jungkook is back. Today, June 11, 2025, he officially completed his active military service. What makes this moment even more emotional is that it's not just about an artist returning from military service. It's about hope returning, about connections being reignited, about love that never fades. For ARMY, Jungkook isn't just an idol. He's an inspiration, a motivation, even a source of comfort on tough days. And during his military service, even though he wasn't active on social media or on stage, Jungkook's influence was still felt. Some even felt that his absence highlighted just how much he meant to their daily lives. Every song he had sung before, like Still With You, 7, and Standing Next to You, was played thousands of times. Many said those songs felt like a substitute for him while he was away. And today, all that longing seems to have been fulfilled. Imagine since morning, armies around the world have been buzzing on social media. Hashtags like #WelcomeBackJungkook, #GoldenMagna is back, and #June11 with Jungkook are trending in various countries. Even a special billboard in Times Square, New York. In Japan, fans created a lighting project on buildings. In Seoul itself, several subway stations were filled with welcome messages for Jungkook. And don't forget the large fan base in countries like the Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, Brazil, and Peru. The world seems to be beating in one rhythm. Jungkook, we missed you! From a communication theory perspective, this is fascinating. Jungkook is not just an artist who creates content and performances. He is a symbolic figure, a term in cultural sociology that describes how an individual can become a collective symbol for a group or community. In this case, Jungkook represents struggle, discipline, humility, and sincerity. His return isn't just about someone completing their duty. It's also about the emotional resurgence of millions of people who feel their lives are returning to normal. What's next? Well, according to various sources, although there's no official announcement yet about Jungkook's latest activities, there's a lot of speculation. Some say he'll head straight back to the studio to finish his postponed solo project. Others are hoping for a golden tour or an international solo tour after his military service. But one thing is certain, Jungkook's return is not just about performing, but about creating new history. After all, we know that even before his military service, Jungkook had already proven himself capable of standing on the world stage as a solo artist. 2023 album Golden even charted on the Billboard charts, set streaming records, and received extraordinary international recognition. Songs like 7 were even named one of the most popular songs of the year. Not to mention his extraordinary live performances at various awards shows and global-scale concerts. For those who don't know, Jungkook's abilities are nearly complete. His vocals, stable and emotional. His dancing, precise and expressive. His stage presence, needless to say. Even in the highly competitive world of K-pop, many idols and trainees acknowledge that Jungkook is their role model. And now, after fulfilling his duties, he's back, with renewed energy, a stronger physique, and perhaps a more mature vision for his future in the music industry. It can be said that today is an important transitional moment. From a teenager growing up under the spotlight, to a man fulfilling his national duties, and now returning to continue his artistic journey. A cycle rarely seen in public figures in the entertainment industry anywhere. But the question now is, what will happen next? Will Jungkook make a comeback with a solo album? Will he reunite with the other BTS members? Or will he take some time for himself first? These are questions that all ARMYs are asking, but they also realize that the answers can't be rushed. Why? Because Jungkook's return isn't just about a new schedule. It's about self-recovery, redefining dreams, and redefining what it means to be Jungkook after everything he's been through. Because, let's be honest, 18 months in the military isn't a short time. It's not just about physical duty, but also a time for deep reflection. In a place like the military, you're nobody. You're not the BTS superstar. You're just an ordinary man who has to wake up early, eat at scheduled times, train in extreme weather, and sleep under strict rules. And for someone used to living in the spotlight, that change is enormous. But that's where mental transformation happens. There's a good chance Jungkook will return with a much more mature perspective. Maybe he'll see the music industry from a new angle. Maybe he's already written new songs in the quiet nights of the military barracks. Or maybe he'll want to do something he's never done before, make a documentary, collaborate on an international project, or even release an album with a more experimental musical style. And when it comes to BTS, Jungkook's return means one step closer to a full reunion. After him and Jimin, it's Taeyong and RM's turn to finish their military service. Can you imagine? 2025 will be an extremely emotional year for ARMY. Not only because each BTS member is returning one by one, but because BTS is coming home. Slowly, they are returning to us. Imagine the moment they finally perform together again for the first time after completing their military service. Standing ovations. Tears. The screams of ARMY who never stopped hoping. It's not just a concert. It will be a historic celebration. A celebration of loyalty, of time that tests, and of love that doesn't fade with distance and silence. From a fan psychology perspective, this also has a significant impact. There's a term called parasocial relationship, a one-way connection between the public and the figures they idolize. But in BTS's case, this relationship often feels two-way. Because Jungkook isn't just singing, he's open. He talks about his fatigue, his self-discovery, his dreams. And fans respond with support, loyalty, and even patience in waiting. So when he returns, it feels like welcoming someone we truly know personally. That's why today is so special. And interestingly, we also know Jungkook isn't the type to rush things. He sometimes needs time to get back into his own rhythm. Maybe he'll appear in a simple live stream with his black hoodie, basic camera, and innocent jokes. Maybe he'll sing without any instruments, just his raw voice like he used to do in the middle of the night. But one thing is certain, he'll return in his own way. And we'll be there, watching, listening, and supporting. Oh, and there's one more interesting thing. With Jungkook's comeback, the K-pop industry is reigniting with a new spirit. Because, as proven, Jungkook isn't just a music icon. He's a trendsetter. His fashion, his hairstyle, the way he dances, the way he performs songs, everything can go viral instantly. And for young musicians, Jungkook's presence is the standard. The benchmark. If Jungkook releases a song like this, we have to be cooler. And this drives the industry to keep evolving, to keep competing healthily. So it can be said that Jungkook's return also has a systemic impact. Not just on fans, but on the industry, on creators, on the global community, even on digital culture. And the funny thing is, it all started with one small moment. One name, Jungkook. One date, June 11th, 2025. One feeling, a longing fulfilled.